The life of a CIO. I didn't really talk much about my days being a CIO as well too. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how a day of a CIO. Let's get started. So normally I wake up around 6 o'clock or 6:30 latest, and normally I like to have my breakfast, which is normally breads and vegetables and some kind of meats, or it could have some fish into it. And then normally I check into my office around 8 o'clock. Normally I like to come a little bit early so I can prepare my day before my team even arrives, so then I can connect them in a much better way as well too. It can be good streamlined. Sometimes it's gonna happen. Before I had a different strategy. Before I used to work really late, so sometimes I used to come a little bit later. Even I used to send the email before I come to the office. But now I realize that it's much better if I come early and be there and prepare myself before I do. So that's what I do. So then normally I do is during my work day, normally I have 5 to 7 meetings. So for me, these meetings are very, very critical because normally I segmented my meetings into 3 types. Number 1 meetings are tactical meetings. Number 2 is a strategic meeting. And number 3 is about cultural meetings. So normally I take the cultural meeting out and put on in the evening or even in the weekends. Normally it happens once or twice in a quarter. So I use the open door policy. So my teams can easily access to me. They can drop me a message. So even I'm a CIO, so I use all kind of messenger apps. They can even drop me a line. I can drop them too, but they can also drop by in my office because sometimes some matter we need to talk in person. So it's much better so you can understand each other, can connect our brain to get the right feeling too. So and sometimes when it talks about the software engineering or infrastructures or things, so what I do actually is I drive transformation because most of my CIO roles actually been backed by a transformation work. So I do the transformations on infrastructure, applications, and data. So what I really do as a CIO, I think that's very important to understand. So what I do is empower the people to create great customer experience, solve the problem of the business. So to do that, what I really need to focus about, what I really focused about is my ultimate mission to be in that company is this. I like to, with my work, I like to achieve my company so they can achieve more bigger goals, that company. And at the same time, in people's levels, the people who work with me, I help them to achieve more bigger career or professional goals in their life as well too. So that's the thing I really focused about to be a CIO as well. And like I say, I got around 5 to 7 meetings. So my meetings are not long, so I like to keep it short, to the point, and define what type of meeting this is before we even start talking. So the agenda, communications, booking the meeting rooms, of course, very important too. So some of the meetings could be done one-on-one in person. Some of the meeting I schedule it in different kind of different conference room as well too. And I like to use a lot of boards so we can easily look into the pictures and we can look at the process flow. There's a lot of meetings. So almost every day 1 or 2 meetings is all about work process and then optimizing it and then creating a digital path for that. So drawing it in the board is very helpful and make my teams very engaged with that process. I like to finish works not an unhealthy time because I like to have on time and dinner as well too. But if something come up, so sometime I works. Normally I like to have 2 to 3 coffees in a day. And about the coffee, I like to make my own coffees. Before I used to buy coffee from outside, but now I change it. Now I make my own coffee. So I'm quite picky about the coffee because coffee is the only drink I really prefer to drink among any other drinks. So I'm quite a little bit picky about the coffee. So I like to make my own coffees, and I have few coffee boxes in my office, and I like to choose and try different flavors and in different day during my coffees. And now in the evening, what I do normally after getting out of the work, normally in couple of 2 days, normally I go to different other school and teach some orphan or underprivileged kids. So that's the way I like to give it back to them. Beside other days, I like to meet other people, listen to their different stories and different problems from different other industry experts. I speak to different other conferences in the evening, or workshops, or round tables, join there, listen to other people. But I don't like to stay outside in the weekdays. Normally I like to be back home by before 9 or 10 p.m. latest, and before I go to bed, I like to read something. I love reading. If I don't read something in the evening, I felt this is not a great day for me as well too. And I like to go to bed by 12 o'clock, because I like to keep the calendar to wake up at 6 o'clock, and I know that sleep is very important. So if I don't sleep well, it will not be giving the right energy for the next day. So that's my typical day. But there's a lot of days could be very different. Some of the days there's a lot of more intensive amount of work going on. Maybe I'm doing a strategic meeting all day offsite, or maybe I'm going to other business entity to visit them, or I'm doing a due diligence as well, or maybe I'm going to another investment companies and see what's going on, and then things can be very intensive. But normally this is my typical calendar in the weekdays. But in the weekend it's shift, because the weekend is I spend for my time for helping the community. So that's the part I like to talk about. I think every human needs 3 things in the life. Number 1, a job or a business. So for me, I'm a CIO, I'm a Chief Information Officer. I help the organization to achieve more bigger goals, and help the people in the organization to help them to become successful in the role and in the personal and professional life. So my career is I work on transformation. I like to transform a company or business so they can achieve more bigger goal. And my calling is the third part, which comes to people. So I run a non-profit organization, and with a non-profit organization, I work on the weekend. And that's the part is being a founder. One of my key goal is the same. I like to do everything possible to inspire other people in the organization so they can keep moving forward these HDD goals for helping other people. What I get in return, I get happiness. So see that this organization, those initiatives can helping other people. So currently there are 350 people in nonprofit organizations running 24 national level initiatives. And I'm sure that with your hope and with your wishes, it will keep growing and help more people. So that is my typical week as a CIO or myself.